It's not often that the internet collectively bands together to roast the stupidity of a sitting congressperson, but when it does, you better believe it is a spectacle to behold, and that, of course, the person in question is Marjorie Taylor Greene. But today's example of Marjorie Taylor Ham for Brains getting dragged by the internet is not because of her Jewish space laser conspiracy theory.
Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers, and really, why don't you off? How about that?
Nor her claiming that the mysterious drones in the skies are under the Biden administration's control, or that the Democrats control the weather and sick hurricanes on the East Coast, or her accosting student survivors of school shootings, or being praised by Russian state media outlets, all of which are very real and true things that she said and done. Somehow, the Queen of Stupid Town has bestowed upon herself a new stupid crown. So let's break down Greene's latest and maybe greatest argument for IQ tests being mandatory to be able to vote, let alone hold public office. And then we'll take a look at some of the chef's kiss roasts that cook her harder than the Jewish space lasers fried her bowling ball smooth brain. As always, no one as stupid as Marjorie Taylor Greene was elected to office in the making of this video, but unless you like and subscribe, I can't make any promises. Greene's latest controversy had to do with something she and Give America Polio Again Trump cabinet pick RFK Jr. seemed to agree upon a little too much. Vaccines.
Let me tell you how hard it is to be a parent of a child where you don't want your child to get the vaccines. Autism rates are off the charts. It has risen and risen and risen and risen. It's the most heartbreaking thing. Any parent or family member that has watched a child just shut down, close up, and disappear as they fade into autism has been just horrifying. I don't have words to describe what that must feel like.
First of all, Margie, you bleach blonde, bad-built, butch body ass. What's actually heartbreaking and horrifying to most of us, namely humans with souls, is not only you demonizing and figuratively defecating on the lives of human beings with autism like they are biblical lepers to be avoided like the plague, but also your penchant for spewing nonsensical bullshit supported by nothing other than your pea-brain genetic mutation level of stupidity. In other words, people with autism may have an extra chromosome, but you lack any, you blithering baboon. Kenny's in a salty mood, and he's not sorry. Now, while margarine instead of gray matter in her brain Greene made those comments on December 6th, she's long spewed similar conspiracies, but her egregious transgression that had even Elon Musk's Twitter community noting her dumbass and providing scientific receipts came just yesterday, when Greene took to Twitter to post this. Attached to a video that I'll play a bit of for you in just a second, featuring guess who? Marjorie stated, "I fully believe vaccines cause autism. It's another example of crimes against humanity, and innocent babies, children, and their families are the victims." Now, thankfully, today is Tuesday, so I don't have to say, see you next Tuesday, but I think you catch my drift. Because I guess comparing vaccines to the Holocaust wasn't enough for Marjorie Taylor Greene, and in Trump's America, she can go out herself for hating people with autism and still have a seat in our governing body. Isn't fascism fun? So now I want to play for you a little bit of the video Gang Greene was referencing, and then we'll get into the Twitter fact check, which was... And furthermore, for some extra catharsis, we'll read some roasts of the Georgian Neanderthal that helped stop me from breaking my keyboard while writing this video.
And I want to get to vaccines. If your kids were young now, would you give them the measles, the mumps vaccine?
No, I got measles, mumps when I was a kid.
Yeah, that explains a lot, Junior.
It was...
Lots of people die from them, used to die from those diseases.
Well, you know what? They died in the 1900s.
You went to Samoa. You convinced people not to get the measles vaccine. An outbreak resulted in 83 deaths. And you still say that autism is caused by vaccines?
Yeah, autism is caused by vaccines. And by the way...
No, they f***ing don't, Wormbrain. Attached to that video that Marjorie Greene reposted was an Elon Musk Twitter community guideline post with 19, count them, 19 scientific peer-reviewed articles, including from the CDC itself, that categorically prove that vaccines have as much of a correlation with autism as MAGA does with common sense. That's zero. Hell, less than zero. The MAGA analogy is a disservice to correlation. You know, for people who claim to love Jesus and the Bible so much, you assholes really are the f***ing devil sometimes. And I'll drop the link to the post down below, but now let's take a look at some of the brutal roast for Marjorie's stupid stunt. Kimberly Ross pointing out they don't. Saying things like this harms children overall. Marjorie Taylor Greene continues to behave like a lunatic. Bakari Sellers posting, "This is embarrassing." But some of the best roasts come from the post itself. Republicans against Trump saying vaccines do not cause autism, delete your account. Art Candy, your brain is broken. She believes, quote, so her opinion based on nothing, no expertise, no work in the field, all of the doctors and scientists who have dedicated their lives to research, their data is obviously biased due to big pharma and can't be trusted, but her opinion has no agenda. Okay. Trump University's noted professor of medical science, Dr. Marjorie Taylor Greene, is at it again. And this may be my favorite just straight trio right here. This is so dumb. Autism is genetic and can be identified pre-birth. Therefore, they are completely full of RFK is a liar. The measles outbreak in Samoa was a direct result of his actions. Right-wing cope. Milk causes autism. I don't know a single person in my life who's autistic and didn't drink milk from their school cafeteria. I am a big boy. Pay me $300K a year for more health consulting. And finally, Barry Phillips adding, Marjorie, I don't care what you, RFK Jr., or anyone else without a medical degree believe about vaccines causing autism and stopping them as, quote, crimes against humanity. Marjorie, I suspect you also believe the earth is flat. Of course she fucking does. And it honestly baffles me. I mean, it doesn't, but it's really disappointing how many people in the comments, and granted it is Twitter, still believe this crap about vaccines. Like, there are a lot of other posts that are supporting her claim because we live in idiocracy. Frankly, most of this country are morons. But let's get rid of the Department of Education. Cool. But anyway, that is the story, and Marjorie getting dragged across the coals of the internet, thankfully. And I do apologize for the vocabulary and my animosity, but this pisses me off. And if it pisses you off too, and this video has made you believe that a thing like Marjorie Taylor Greene should not be in government, then smash that like button so this compilation gets out there. Subscribe to the channel to help our work in bringing down these fascist, idiot, MAGA nut jobs and help us to get them the fuck out of office as quickly as possible. Because right now, folks, they're in control. They have the platforms. They have infected the minds of Americans with propaganda, lies, and a disease of outright stupidity. And I will not back down from calling them what they are, making fun of them, and telling them to go themselves every chance I get. If that's something you're on board with, let us know. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you all in the next one.